Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, Old Man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
Welcome, race fans, to the Domino's TYJ Racing Dented Fender Truck Series live here on All Pro Broadcasting for the ES Billiards 85 here at Eldora Speedway. Thanks for joining us tonight. You will have a chance tonight, two chances actually, to win that free large pizza from Domino's. We'll give you all the details in just a minute. My name is Robert McFarland. On the cameras, we do have Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting. Again, we do appreciate you watching tonight. These trucks are getting ready to start their qualifying, which they'll have 5 minutes to get their fastest lap out of 4. Obviously, starting up front here at Eldora in the trucks on this dirt surface is very, very, very important. You can come back and win the race from deep in the field, but you obviously want a good starting position. And so that's what these guys are going to be trying to do as we speak right now. I'm riding along with Gabriel Wood, who had the fastest time in the practice session. And right now he's got a quick time of 18.301 so far, leading the pack. But we do have another 4 minutes left here in this qualifying session. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody can put up a faster lap than Gabriel Wood in that 00. I'll tell you what, that's a good-looking truck he's got tonight. We're going to have time all night long to talk about some of these trucks and their sponsors. Gabriel's sponsor tonight is Mission 22. That is a charity group for the soldiers to help the ones that come back home and have issues, to get things put back right, to avoid suicides that do happen from Vietnam veterans. So Gabriel is looking good so far in his truck with that qualifying lap. Tyler Chalk right now is running in second. And again, you are watching the ES Billiards 85 live on All Pro Broadcasting. Fans, make sure you click that subscribe button. That way you get all the alerts. That way you learn how to win the free pizzas. ES Billiards, for all of your billiards and fame room needs, go to esbilliards.com. You can get all the information, more information you need from there. And right now we're going to take just a quick second just to run over the points. We got quite a few drivers that I don't see in the field tonight that are actually in the top of the points. James Ross is leading our points with 585 points. He is not here tonight, so he's going to lose some points, but he does have a few wins, so he's not worried about making the chase. We got Gerald Campbell in the second position behind James Ross in the points. Vernon Margam in that 33 is in third position in the points. Andrew Kessler in the 98 is in fourth. Jack Watts in the 66, he's here tonight. He's in fifth position in points. Tyler Chalk is also here tonight. He's in sixth position in points in that 07. Mark Jackson in the 3 is in seventh. We got William Locklear in eighth. Gary Sexton in ninth in points, and Judd Danielson rounding out your top 10 in points. We do have Jeff T. Martin with a win, who is not in the top 10, but he'll make the chase, as well as Shane Parrish, Dustin Lee, Shane Parrish will, and Josh Tanner has a couple of wins also. So as these guys have got about 2 more minutes left, it does look like Gabriel Wood will have the pole position, and we're going to see if we can't talk to Gabriel Wood real quick here just for a minute. Gabriel Wood, this is Robert in the broadcast booth. How you doing tonight? How did your truck feel? Right now, it looks like you got the pole position.
Yep. Sitting here looking at the scoring pylon, ran my laps. I was kind of worried about Gary, but it looked like he barely went off from practice. So I picked up 2.5 tenths, I think. So the only person I'm really looking at now is William Locklear. He hasn't taken the time yet, so I'm waiting for him. But, yeah, having a good start. Kind of killed my race last Wednesday with, Gary got the pole, and he was able to choose the lane he started in, and just kind of fell off of the race, but hopefully it'll be a good one.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it. We'll let you go now and concentrate on this 85 laps. Strategy is going to come into play here. There could be some cautions, but it's good that you're going to be starting up front at least, although you will have some stiff competition. Good luck, Gabe.
Yep, hopefully we can get this Veterans Motorsports Honor the Fallen Mission 22 in 22 00 up to keep it up front and maybe come away with my first victory of the year.
Yes, sir. Real quick, we do have another minute. Tell us a little bit more about your sponsor, if you don't mind.
Well, I work for Mike Harmon in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and his team is called Veterans Motorsport. Well, there's a couple different organizations. There's Honor the Fallen, but the main one is N22. On average, 22 veterans kill themselves every year, and their mission is to raise money and through different programs and different counseling to get that number in 22 and get it down from 22 to 0. So, giving them just a little bit of publicity, and so does Mission 22. That's their same goal, so hopefully we can keep it up front.
Hey, that's what we're hoping for. We definitely want to talk to you later in Victory Circle. Good luck, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
I tell you what, he is one of the fastest drivers we have here in our Domino's TYJ Dented Fender Truck Series. He's got a good run going, and he's always a threat. And it looks like he definitely has some kind of serious skill here in the dirt. And we're going to find out in just a minute as these drivers have completed all of their qualifying laps. It looks like Gabriel Wood will have that pole position. On the outside, we'll have Tyler Chalk starting second. We'll also have William Hartman starting third, and that number 67. Behind William Hartman, we've got Gary Sexton in that number 17. Looks like Gary Sexton will be starting in the fourth position. Starting fifth, we've got Blake Griffin in that number 2. We've also got Josh Tanner starting in 6th, Vernon Margheim in 7th, Sean Kalis, the 45 truck, in 8th, James Somke in 9th, Tim Rangers in 10th. We've also got in 11th position Chad Payne starting, Judd Danielson in 12th, Ivan Garcia 13th. And these last few drivers did not take a time: Gerald Campbell, Jack Watts, William Davis, Jeremy Crandall, and William Locklear. So this is going to be very exciting. As these trucks are lining up behind the pace truck. We've got just one pace lap, I think, here before the start of this race. And welcome me in the booth is my good friend Curtis Young. How you doing tonight, Curtis?
Pretty good. Just got into the track venue here, trying to see who's starting where and figure out what kind of race this is going to be.
Yes, sir. We got Gabriel Wood on the pole. We got Tyler Chalk in second. Looks like the pace truck is about to pull off. Looks like in third we got Gary Sexton. The pace truck is off. Green flag is out, and Gabriel Wood will get a great jump here. Although Tyler Chalk is not letting him get away at all as they dive into turn 1. Gary Sexton throws his truck sideways. He's trying to make some room here, some time, as Tyler Chalk is trying to catch the back bumper of that 00 of Gabriel Wood. This is going to be a very exciting 85 laps. We've also got in 4th position, running that very extreme low line, Josh Tanner, that number 84. He's trying to make it work down low. And right now, he's almost caught up to the side of Gary Sexton, that 17. But Gary gets that great launch off that high groove, and so Josh Tanner will not be able to complete the pass. What are you seeing, Curtis?
Behind them, William Hartman and Blake Griffith are side by side as Hartman gets up into the wall coming off into turn 3 there a little bit. That's going to allow the number 2, Blake Griffith, to slide in there and try the slide job, but it's not going to work. 67 of William Hartman gets the momentum coming off of turn 2 down into 3. He's going to clear him.
Yes, sir. The 07 of Tyler Chalk also got in the wall, just a little bit of right damage. That allows the 17 of Gary Sexton to get around him, although Tyler's fighting back on the low groove. Oh, and he gets up into the 17, a little bit of minor contact, but it looks like the 17 may be able to keep this lead, and that's going to enable the 84 truck of Josh Tanner to catch right back up to him. And Gary Sexton, that 17, he's going to do the crossover to get back in front of the 07 of Tyler Chalk. That's a great move by both drivers. And that does, like I said, allow the 84 of Josh Tanner to get right beside him. Behind them, William Hartman is in the wall again. He's going to be getting past right now. Now, looks like that number 2 of Blake Griffin is made to move around William Hartman, who is an excellent asphalt driver. I think he might be learning a few things here on the dirt tonight, Curtis.
Yeah, as you said that, the battle for second with Josh Tanner and Tyler Chalk. Tyler Chalk got up into the wall coming off of turn 2 a little bit. That allowed Josh Tanner to clear him for that position. He's trying to run down Gabriel Wood now, or Gary Sexton, sorry. So we'll see if Gary Sexton can make any progress on Gabriel Wood here for the lead. Gabriel Wood is out to a 1.7 second lead with that battle that those three had right there.
Yeah, we got an extremely tight battle back here for the 9th, 10th, 11th position. Jack Watson, that number 66 truck, just was passed by the 85 of Judd Danielson. So that'll put Jack Watts back in 9th. We've also got William Locklear, his first ever dirt race in that number 4. He is up to 11th. Behind him we have Tim Rangers in that number 70 truck. He is in 10th position, just getting past, so he's in 11th. Gerald Campbell, who has not done a lot of dirt racing, I think, he is back in the 12th position following Tim Rangers. These guys are just trying to keep these trucks going straight and out of the fence. And behind him we have Jeremy Crowell at number 73. We also have Sean Kalis in that number 45 marathon truck. As the 73 and the 6 get together, a little bit of dented fenders there, a little bit of trading paint. I think they're both going to be okay for now. What's going on up front?
Still all Gabriel Wood. It looks like the battle for second, third, and fourth has kind of spaced itself out as well. Gary Sexton is safely in second. Josh Tanner safely in third, and behind them, Tyler Chalk still trying to track down a top 3 position. But yeah, overall right now, it looks like there's not too much, if any, side-by-side racing going on. As I say that, I see Tim Rangers, Gerald Campbell, and Sean Kalis. They're the 3 closest trucks on the track right now, and you can see Tim Rangers is really having... Oh, and it looks like Gerald Campbell gets into Jeremy Crandall there, and caution's going to be out. Tim Rangers ends up with a blown motor out of that deal.
Yes, fans, we will pull this replay up right away and see exactly what happened. Just give us a second. It definitely looks like the 6 of Gerald Campbell was involved. And it looks like the 73, perhaps. What did you see? Go ahead, Curtis.
I was going to say, I think, I'm not sure if Jeremy Crandall just got a little bit too sideways on entry and lost a lot of speed, and, you know, the 6 of Gerald Campbell is already committed to his line. There's nothing you can really do. We saw that a lot in the real truck race last week, and Chad Payne piled in there, and so did Tim Rangers. So I think that's what happened is the 73 just drove it a little bit too hard into that corner, maybe entered a little bit low, and just got it a bit too sideways, lost a lot of speed, and got plowed into.
Yeah, that looks like exactly what happened. And unfortunately, it's going to take the 70 of Tim Rangers out. His engine does look like it is smoking heavily. He is maintaining that bottom groove, not to put any oil down on this dirt, which you don't really want. This track is slick enough as it is. And it looks like we're going to get the restart going here in just a minute. So these guys are going to be fighting for the lead. Back up front, looks like the only truck that will be out of this race because of that incident will be the 70 of Tim Rangers. The 6 of Gerald Campbell got a little bit of damage, as well as the 73, but I think they will be okay for the restart here.
Yeah, these trucks can take quite the beating here at Eldora and still run just fine. So really just a matter of what the track is going to do. I think as long as you can keep your motor from blowing up, you'll be just fine. You can maybe even use third gear if you end up losing a bit of power and be alright. So Pace truck is going to be ducking down pit road this time. Actually, the lights are still on, I do believe, so might have one more lap here. Lights should be out this time by, and nobody's been able to take the lead away from Gabriel Wood yet. So actually, the pace car did pull off. Green flag is in the air. Sorry about that. I was a little bit behind on the replay, but Gabriel Wood got a good start. He maintains the lead, and Gary Sexton's working on him. He's running that high to. Everybody seems to be running that middle to high groove, except for the number 2 of Blake Griffith. He tried the low line there through the corner, but he got real loose coming off there. I'm not sure if the momentum. I can see Jack Watts coming hard from behind him, so I'm not sure if the low line has really come in yet, or if it's going to come in at all. But right now, looks to be a high groove race for a lot of these guys.
Yes, sir. And like I said, the goal of most of these drivers is to keep the truck out of the fence. You can touch the fence a couple of times and just get some minor dented fenders on the right, and probably be okay if it stays out of the tire, front right or right rear tire. But obviously you don't want any damage at all. But these guys were slinging these trucks around on this Eldora dirt track. It looks like we do have another caution. We will find out exactly what happened there and bring that replay up in just a second, fan.
The 07 of Tyler Chalk, just a little bit too much throttle coming off the corner, and you got Josh Tanner in the 84. Just he tried to check up, but there was nowhere to go. He just helped the 07 the rest of the way around. That's what triggered the caution.
Yeah, it looks like the 07 getting up in the high groove, starts to come all the way around. The 84 had nowhere to go, just barely touched him, spun him around, and that will give these drivers another reset, another restart. And on that note, we're going to tell you fans how to win that free pizza. Real simple, we give these pizzas away every single race we put on during the week. We've given away a whole lot of them. To win the free pizza and to be eligible, fans, you get a chance to pick one driver before halfway in this race, which will be lap 43, we'll call it, halfway of 85. All you have to do, fans, is text 919-883-7497. Say, I picked this driver to win. Or if you're watching in the live chat, which we welcome you to do, also we invite you to click the subscribe button. Say, I choose this driver to win. The first fan to actually pick the winner by lap 43 will win that free large 3-topping Domino's pizza carry out only. Good luck, and only make one pick. If you make 3 picks, all of them are nullified. So you get one pick. You can wait till closer to 84 if you need to, but do not make 2 or 3 or 4 picks, because I don't know which pick you mean, to be sure. So take your time, make one pick, and Curtis, I'll let you take this restart one more time. Thank you.
Yep. Pace truck pulls off. Gabriel Wood on the outside lane. Gary Sexton gets a real good restart. Stays dead even with Gabriel Wood headed down into turn number 1. But Gabriel Wood has that outside line momentum, and Sexton falls back a little bit, and it looks like William Hartman behind them, behind both of those guys, trying to make a run on Gary Sexton, and Josh Tanner to the bottom. So almost 3 wide for the lead there, and Josh Tanner gets up into Gary Sexton, up into William Hartman. All of them get up into the wall, and they keep it going straight. That allows Blake Griffith up into the 2nd position. Gary Sexton battles back hard though. Josh Tanner on the outside, 3 wide into turn 3.
Yeah, this is super exciting, and Gabriel Wood had just got in the wall. Look, these guys catch up. They got together, and Gabriel Wood got away again. This is a 3-way battle for the 2nd position. The 84 of Josh Tanner, 17 of Gary Sexton. It looks like the 2 of Blake Griffith had a little issue, but William Hartman in that 67 truck had issues earlier, but he is a super fast learner. He is up here in the 5th position, and that's going to enable us to go over one more time. Looks like we have a caution coming out. We'll go over that real quick one more time.
Yeah, Jeremy Crandall. It looks like, actually, I don't think that had anything to do with the wreck. The 4 I saw was going around behind them, but Jeremy Crandall, I think, just was going about his line, maybe got a little bit loose, and 33 of Vernon Markheim kind of cut up over his nose, and they spun around, and a couple cars crashed into them. It doesn't look like Vernon Markheim or Jeremy Crandall are going to have much luck for the rest of this race. Markheim's truck is driving sideways when it's driving in a straight line.
Yeah, and it looks like Jeremy Crandall, he also has some heavy smoke pouring out of his truck, so that will be probably the 2nd and 3rd trucks to retire for damage. These trucks are super tough. We do call it the Dented Fender Series. Obviously here at Eldora, it's our first race ever in the Dented Fender trucks, and these trucks are definitely tough, but a heavy hit like that is going to ruin your motor. But this is going to give all these drivers another chance for the restart to make some ground up. And some of these guys are quick learners. Like I said, the 67 of William Hartman has moved himself up. Looks like Chad Pena is going to get out of pit road, try to keep himself on the lead lap. So this is going to make for another exciting restart. Looks like Gabriel Wood has led almost every single lap here. And we are lap 27, fans. Make sure you get your pick in for that free pizza by lap 43. And we're going to have the restart in just a minute. Curtis, I'll let you take that.
Looks like drivers are doubling it up yet again, and Gabriel Wood's going to take the outside line. Last time by, Gary Sexton got a pretty good jump from that inside line, starting in 2nd position, and wasn't quite able to make the pass, but I think the slide job opportunity was there, and in the Sexton knows it's a little bit early to try and do that right now and potentially cause a wreck, and so I think he just opted not to do it, and pace car is off. Gabriel Wood gets going. Green flag in the air yet again, and it doesn't look like caution is out yet again, actually.
Yeah, Gabriel Wood would just graze the wall one more time, it looks like, but he did maintain that lead on a great restart. We'll get the replay pulled up real quick here in just a minute, fans.
I think that Vernon Margheim was not off the track yet, and it just triggered the caution.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the 2 of Blake Griffith dives into the corner, and the 07 just barely gets into him. The 66 of Jack Watts gets into him. That might have been what actually caused the caution there.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the heck's up with my replay buttons right now.
No problem at all, no problem at all. So that's going to give us yet another restart. And fans, like I said, we've had some big changes up front, we've got Josh Tanner in the 84, started 6th, he's up to 2nd. We've also got Judd Danielson, started back in 12th, he's up to 5th. Jack Watt started 15th, he's up to 6th. William Lackler 18th, he's up to 7th. Those last 2 drivers didn't even take a time, they've moved smartly up front. We got Ivan Garcia 13th, started, he's in 9th. Sean Kayla started 8th, he's in 8th. And obviously Gabriel Wood is still in 1st position. And these restarts is what's going to make this race very exciting. This track is getting worn in. Curtis, if you can explain to the fans exactly what that means.
Well, basically, the more these guys use one certain lane, the more that race groove is going to get worn out. So these guys run the top for the entire race, which they have been doing. Eventually, it's going to get a lot slicker than it has been, and the bottom's going to be a little bit faster. So we'll see if that does end up happening. Right now, it's been all the top lane. Pace car is off. Gabriel Wood gets yet another good jump on the field. Josh Tanner just wasn't able to stay even with him into turn 1. Now he's got his hands full fighting side by side for 2nd place with William Hartman. Hartman gets up into the wall, and Gary Sexton's going to stick his nose in there 3 wide. Hartman's still up in the wall, wasn't able to get it off there very quickly, and Sexton moves himself up into the 3rd position. He's looking to on the outside lane to try and make his way around the 84 of Josh Tanner. He's pinching him down about halfway down the track, not allowing Josh Tanner to really slide up too much. Smart move by Gary Sexton, just taking as much of the track as he can without really driving dirty about it. So running that top lane now, still trying to make his way around Josh Tanner. It looks like he's going to clear him this time coming out of turn number 2, and will Josh Tanner slide job into 3? It doesn't look like he's close enough to do it.
Yeah, and that moves the 66 of Jack Watts in that Southeast Motorsports truck up to the 4th position ahead of William Hartman, and we do have another caution. We'll pull that up in just a minute. I think Tim is off the track. I'm not sure which driver that would have been. The 2 maybe. Blake Griffith. What did you see, Curtis? I'm looking right now, and I think the 70 has been off the track.
Yeah, I really don't know what's going on with my replay button here, but yeah, it's not showing me the proper replay.
Yeah, I'm hearing it was the 70. So obviously,
yeah,
back on.
I was right then. Okay, Tim Rangers is a bunch of laps down, and that's why I thought that it was way back there. But looks like Gerald Campbell actually just drove it in a little bit deep or something. It's really hard to tell on dirt. I think Tim Rangers actually just lost his rhythm a little bit. Gerald Campbell slid in there, nowhere to go, turned up straight. Chad Payne kind of saw it going on, lost control of his truck, and then that hooked Tim Rangers up into the wall.
Yeah, I forgot to unmute it, and I've got all my buttons full. Sorry about that, Curtis. Sorry about that, fans. This is going to give these drivers yet one more chance for another restart, and we're on lap 37. It looks like 38, 39, so you're going to have about 3 laps to get your pick in. For the free pizza, you can text 919-883-7497. Or if you're watching in the live chat, you can also say, I picked this driver. The first fan to actually pick the winner of this race before lap 43. You got about 3 laps after this restart. We'll win that free large 3-topping Domino's pizza carry out only. Make sure you only pick one driver. Good luck.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Tim Rangers, he had some bad luck earlier on. We saw a truck, or smoke coming out of the back of his truck. Their green flag. Looks like Gabriel Wood gets another good jump, but Gary Sexton's as close as he's ever been. And but yeah, getting back to Tim Rangers there, that's really bad luck. I mean, he got spun around and plowed, and we thought his motor was completely expired, but obviously his crew got it fixed enough that he could go back out there. We saw him back out there. Everybody else is about 20 laps ahead. And yeah, he just got hooked again, head onto the wall. So that's definitely going to end his night, I do believe. We've got about coming up on the halfway point of this race. So yeah, everybody get your free pizza picks in. Still watching the battle for second and third place between Gary Sexton and Josh Tanner. It looks like they're tracking down Gabriel Wood a bit, and we have another caution. Looks like the 07, and Blake Griffith goes up and over into turn number 1 and 2, it looks like, gets tangled up with Tyler Chalk.
Yeah, we're getting the replay pulled up right now. It looks like the 2 was sideways. He just barely got touched by the 4, William Locklear. These guys are just battling fender to fender coming off these corners. These trucks are halfway, and that hit the 2 up into the 07, and that just turned the 2 and put him on it. Go ahead.
4 kind of got hit by the 2 there, or the 4 kind of hit the 2. That hit him up into Danielson there, and that hit Danielson back down into the 4, and then the 2 was still out of control, and Tyler Chalk just got into him and flipped him over.
Like I said, that gives everybody one more chance for another restart. Curtis, does anybody have anything for Gabriel Wood?
If anybody does, I think it's definitely one of those guys in the top 4, Gary Sexton, Josh Tanner, or William Hartman. I think it'll be one of those 3 that are able to maybe make a pass on Gabriel, but their trucks all look pretty beat up. They've been bumping and banging amongst themselves, and Gabriel Woods is a lot cleaner. He hasn't had to deal with any of that. He's gotten to the wall a little bit, maybe once or twice just by himself, but that's nothing more than a little cosmetic fender damage, and some of these other guys might be beginning to deal with a little bit more than that.
Yes, so they're lined up 2 by 2. I think we're getting ready for this restart again, Curtis, and as usual, I'll let you take it if you don't mind.
Green flag, green
Yeah,
flag.
pace car's off. Gabriel Wood. Gary Sexton is doing the best job out of anybody else on these restarts, staying even with Gabriel Wood. He's still not quite able to make the pass or stay dead even with him, but if Gary can really time it right on later on in this race, he might be able to make a pass on Gabriel, especially on the inside, and caution is out yet again. The 84 of Josh Tanner goes around in turns number 1 and 2. And he gets absolutely drilled by Sean Kalis about 3 seconds after he just came to a stop.
Yeah, I noticed that, Curtis. I'm watching the replay myself right now. And like I said, these trucks are going down the straightaway for about a second straight. They're slinging it sideways, going through the corner. And if the driver just is a little bit more sideways than he's expecting to be, he has to either get out of the throttle, play with the throttle. And if there's a truck right behind him, which in this case the 67 that William Hartman was, he just touches that left rear corner, and there's no other way to explain it. The 84 is going to go around every single time. Obviously, it's not intentional. It's hard, close racing. And the caution comes out, and unfortunately, if you're around the corner, you don't see what's going on. The 45 comes up and hits the 84. It could be the end of the 45 tonight. I think he's got a lot of smoke coming out of the back of his truck as well. Again, fans, I do want to remind you, you are watching the ES Billiards 85 live on All Pro Broadcasting. Fans, make sure you click that subscribe button so you get all the alerts to win that free pizza. The time has passed to make your picks. We'll update you on who wins the pizza tonight at the end of this race here on lap 85 after we interview the winners. ES Billiards, get all of your billiards and fame room needs at esbilliards.com. Curtis, how's this restart looking?
Well, it's looking like Gabriel Wood is going to take the outside line, and look who has made his way up into the top 4 on the outside line. That's Judd Danielson in the number 85.
Green flag.
See if he's able to make any further progress in this race around these top 3 that have been up there the entire night. So Gabriel Wood gets off to another pretty good restart, but Gary Sexton not too far behind, and if he can just time it a little bit better, make that low lane work a little bit better, then he might just be able to make the pass. He almost gets to the inside of the 00 there, coming off of turn number 2, and looks like they're both still using that middle to high groove, and Gabriel Wood is running just a touch higher, and he's able to keep that momentum, and we have another caution. Jack Watts goes around.
Yes, sir, Curtis. While you were following that lead, I was following this battle back here for looks like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. These trucks were under a blanket. We had the 67 of William Hartman, the 4 of William Locklear, the 66 of Jack Watts, the 84 Josh Tanner, the 85 Judd Danielson, the 07 of Tyler Chalk. This replay is incredible. These guys are just as close as you can get on dirt, and it definitely looks like 2 trucks get in each other, and they're halfway going through the corner. And that spins the 66 around, unfortunately. And I don't think much damage by any of these trucks at this point, but that does bring the caution out and give Gary Sexton, Judd Danielson, also William Hartman. All these guys get another chance to catch and get around the 00 of Gabriel Wood.
Yeah, and with all these cautions flying, I just want to let some of these viewers know that, man, these trucks are just, they're not easy to drive, ladies and gentlemen. They're especially on this dirt track of Eldora Speedway. All these guys that race in this league, you know, they didn't sign up to run in a dirt league. They signed up to run in an asphalt oval league, and you know, the dirt track was one that was on the schedule, and a lot of these guys knew it was going to be a tough night, and it's exactly what it's turning out to be. But yeah, just bear with these guys. A lot of these guys are just learning, feeling out their new trucks on dirt, and they're straight up asphalt drivers. So see what these guys can do closing in on 30 laps here.
Yeah, I tell you what, I am impressed by some of these drivers who don't have a lot of experience. William Hartman, I think, doesn't have a lot of experience on dirt. Maybe he does, but he's up in the 3rd position. Judd Danielson in 4th. The green flag is out. Gabriel Wood gets another great jump. Gary Sexton throws that truck in there sideways. He's going to get the best launch he can off the corner to try to catch him. William Hartman, that number 67, is in 3rd position right now. Behind him, we do have Judd Danielson. Looks like Gary Sexton, that 17 hex cam. He's got mud and dirt flying all over from behind his truck. Same thing with Judd Danielson, 85 Domino's Pizza Chevy Silverado. Mud and dirt flying everywhere from behind that truck as he's keeping it straight. Throws it in sideways into
Josh
the corner.
Gets up into the wall. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Give Judd Danielson an opportunity to make the pass, but didn't look like it slowed Josh Tanner down enough, actually. And here comes Tyler Chalk on the outside line around the number 4 of William Locklear, making his way back up into the top 5, and haven't seen him up here since he spun about 20 or 30 laps ago, so he's trying to make his way around Judd Danielson now.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's got dents on the front, right, left fender, right rear fender in that Southeast Motorsports Toyota Tundra. Good-looking truck, but a lot of dirt, a lot of dents in it. That's why we do call it the Dented Fender Series, and he's doing everything he can to catch Judd Danielson passing. Back up front, it looks like William Hartman in that 67. Those are in sideways. He's having to battle that steering wheel to keep it going forward. But Judd Danielson gets in there a little bit too hard.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a caution. It looks like Tyler Chalk just got into the back of Judd Danielson there and spun him around. I was going to say, I noticed before that Tyler Chalk has been shifting, so he's getting a huge run off of the corner and into the corner. He's just almost hitting the rev limiter sometimes, so I don't think Judd Danielson's too happy. He kind of got ran over there by the 07, and see if Judd's able to make his way back up there into the top 5.
Yeah, these cautions happen. Like I said, these guys lose a lot of momentum when they get up front or they get into the corner and throw these trucks sideways. If they get any kind of a loss in momentum, the truck right behind them have trouble, not touching them. And that's exactly what happened. The 85 just got sideways. The 07 had a great run and just barely touched him and spun him all the way around.
Yeah, and you could when he did hit him, you could tell he tried to slow down. He stopped right away, and he didn't drive right through the 85. So I don't think it was intentional by any means, but he definitely slid in there a little bit hot. Maybe Judd Danielson got a little bit too sideways. So, like I said, these trucks are they're hard to control, especially coming off the corner. They just want to, they have a really low gear. You're not even revving that high in fourth gear coming off the corner, and it still just lights up the back tires and wants to spin you around. So pace car lights, pace truck lights are off. Gabriel Wood's going to take the outside like he has all night. Gary Sexton's going to try one last time, or not one last time, one more time here at least though, to stay even with him into turn one and maybe make that slide job. We're closing in on 20 laps to go, so now might be the time for Gary Sexton. He knows this might be one of his last chances, and I think he's going for it, but it didn't quite work for him. He had to back out of the gas, and Gabriel Wood gets into the wall. So that's going to bring Gary Sexton back side by side with him. And can he complete the slide job on Gabriel Wood? He completes the slide job, but here comes the crossover. Can Gabriel Wood clear him back by turn number one? Looks like he's going to pull the slide job into turn one and almost get back up into the wall. And there goes Gary Sexton with the crossover back. So it's a double crossover. These guys just trading positions. And here comes Josh Tanner into the mix.
Yeah, they're 3 wide going into the corner for first, second, third place. Lead of this race down with about 20 laps to go. This is definitely an exciting part of the race. These leaders were putting on an incredible show. Gary Sexton tried, and now he's got the lead. Can Gabriel Wood, who got into the wall twice back then, a couple laps back, to give the lead up? Can Gabriel Wood track him back down with perfect laps and get back around the 17?
Yeah, and I've been in the 00 shoes before where you lead majority of the race, somebody gets by you late, and running through your mind you were just thinking, no man, I cannot lose this race. There's no way I can lose this race. So Gabriel Wood is going to be trying really hard to get around the number 17 of Gary Sexton here, and maybe a little bit too hard at times is what I've found myself doing. So, but it looks like Gary Sexton gets a little bit loose coming off of turn 2 there. That's going to allow Gabriel Wood right to the back bumper, and Josh Tanner's still right behind them too. We can see a 3-wide battle for the lead anytime here.
Yeah, too, what these guys are putting on the show up front. They're using every ounce of talent they have on this dirt. Some of these guys have put in countless hours, hundreds of laps in these trucks on this dirt track, knowing this is a once-a-year race, and they can really shine and get their win. And it looks like the 00 of Gabriel Wood is right beside him, trade a little bit of paint, but the Gary Sexton keeps the lead.
Yeah, and Gabriel just got slid up the track a little bit there. They banged doors, banged fenders a little bit, but no harm, no foul. It didn't even look like it really upset either one of those guys' trucks' momentum at all. So other than Gabriel Wood obviously had to let off the gas. So, but Josh Tanner still hanging strong back there, and looks like William Hartman behind them, but nowhere near the top 3. It looks like it's about 2 seconds back.
Yes, sir, these leaders are going around the 33 of Vernon Margam, who is doing his best just to maintain and finish this race in one piece. He will gain some spots in the points as we have a lot of asphalt-only drivers missing out tonight, which is no problem. That's understandable. And Gabriel Wood gets in the wall again. 84 of Josh Tanner gets around the 00 of Gabriel Wood. He'll take over that second position.
So Gabriel Wood, like I said, maybe trying a little bit too hard, and he gets passed by the 84, and he is changing his line up a little bit. So he's trying to find speed, and he knows that he gets into the wall again. So maybe the track has just changed a lot. He's been running the top the entire race, and now he's getting up into the wall when he tries to run there. And I'll be surprised if he can even get back around the 84 of Josh Tanner here for second place. He gets up into the wall again, so he did such a good job of keeping that truck clean all race. He gets put back in second or third position, and just seems to be the track has either changed or he's driving it a little bit harder than what the track is going to let him drive it. So I mean, it's just, like I said, I've been in Gabriel Wood's shoes before, and it's just not a good feeling when you've led the entire race like that. He knows that it's slipping away from him right now, closing in on 10 laps to go here.
Yes, sir. 10 laps to go through the field. We do have the 17 of Gary Sexton, that Hexcom truck. We've got in second Josh Tanner, 84. He's in that Racers Digest Toyota Tundra. In third, we have Gabriel Wood in that Chevrolet, the MI Mission 22 Chevrolet Silverado Good Run. Fourth position, we got William Hartman representing the Aegis Motorsports 67. He's got some damage on his truck, but he's maintaining fourth. Fifth, we got William Locklear in that Go Gold Chevy Silverado. Is that what you're seeing on this truck? Curtis?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
We got Jack Watts. He's in that 6th position, Southeast Motorsports. A couple Southeast Motorsports trucks in here. Behind him, the 07 of Tyler Chalk in that Southeast Motorsports Tundra. A lot of dents on that truck, but he's still maintaining. We've got in, looks like 12th position, the number 2, Hickory Springs. Chevy Silverado, he's back in 12th. That'd be Blake Griffith. Judd Danielson, like we mentioned before, Domino's pizza truck, Silverado 85, he's in 8th. And what's happening up front? These laps are winding down fast.
Josh Tanner is actually making something of it with Gary Sexton here, so he's almost right to the back bumper. Gonna have 7 laps to go here, and Josh Tanner's got a shot at it. It doesn't look like Gabriel Wood has been able to keep pace with those guys. He's been falling back ever so slightly, and he's about 1.5 seconds back of Gary Sexton right now. But if these guys get side by side anytime soon, that could pull Gabriel Wood right back up there, but it's going to have to happen soon.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Josh has made a lot of headway. And it does look like the 84 Josh Tanner is doing his very best to get to him. He's doing everything he can, but looks like the 17 of Gary Sexton has got that line perfected, and he is definitely pulling away here with about 4 laps to go.
Yeah, and we'll see if Josh Tanner, he's definitely trying hard. He closed the gap quite a bit, headed into turn number 2 that time by, so he's able to drive it in pretty deep and get about the same drive off. So we'll see if he can stick it to the inside and get the same drive off. And he's almost right to the back bumper, and this could be a battle side by side, Dented Fenders to the line.
Yes, sir. As they cross the start-finish line, they will have 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go, and they are side by side as they get around the 6 of Joel Campbell. I do want to mention the 6 of Joel Campbell. He's driving the Veterans of Foreign Wars truck. I know personally he doesn't have a lot of experience on this dirt, but he is putting up a good fight, and he'll probably hopefully get a top 10 finish out of this. Up front again, the 84 of Josh Tanner Curtis is all over the back bumper of Gary Sexton in that XCOM truck, and I don't know if he's going to have it to get by him with about 2 laps to go. I'll let you call the end of this race, Curtis.
And the white flag is in the air for the only dirt race of the season in the 2017 Domino's TYJ Dented Fenders truck campaign. Josh Tanner and Gary Sexton, they bang and bump a little bit, but it looks like Tanner is going to get a little bit low on the track and lose some momentum. Here comes Gary Sexton. He's going to pick up the checkered flag at Eldora.
That is incredible. What a win, what a finish for the very end there. If you'll just take a second or two and go over the finishing order real quick, Curtis.
As the fireworks light up the night sky here at Eldora Speedway, Gary Sexton takes the victory. Josh Tanner takes a hard-fought 2nd place there. Could have went either way out of those 2 drivers. And Gabriel Wood takes 3rd place. Led most of this race. I'm sure he's not the happiest with that 3rd place, even though that is a very solid finish. And William Hartman going to finish the night here in 4th place. He was solidly running in the top 5 all night. Tyler Chalk, a couple incidences for him. This truck's definitely seen better days after the end of this race, but he finishes inside the top 5. Number 4 of William Locklear brings it home P6. Jack Watts finishes in position number 7. Judd Danielson doesn't look like he was able to make his way back up into the top 5, unfortunately. He will finish in 8th. Ivan Garcia 9th. Chad Payne 10th. Gerald Campbell finishes in 11th. Blake Griffith 12th. Vernon Markheim in 13th. Sean Kalis 14th. Jeremy Crandall in the 73 finishes in 15th here tonight. Tim Rangers, unfortunate luck for him tonight, caught up in 2 separate incidences, which just rendered his truck useless, and he finishes the night here in 16th, 68 laps down. James Somke will round out your finishing order, and unfortunately William Davis was unable to take the green flag here tonight, so that's going to round out your finishing order here and just get these drivers ready for interviews.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Curtis. Right now, we're going to catch up with our 3rd place finisher. Very excited to hear Gabriel Wood and what he has to say. Gabe, we're going to pull him up real quick. He's getting the dirt off his helmet. Gabriel Wood, this is Robert and Curtis in the broadcast booth. I tell you what, you put on an incredible show. It didn't go your way at the end of the race. I know you're disappointed. Tell us how the race went and what you could have done any different.
Well, for the first 44 laps or so, I hit caution after caution. I kept having to nail restarts, and I nailed every single one of them. And then, just so many cautions, and eventually one restart was bound to bite me, and it happened. And Gary did a great job of slide jumping. I tried getting back on him, but the car went straight, and ended up just giving it to him. I'm happy with third, but God, I threw another one away.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're week in and week out putting up the numbers, Gabriel. You're very, very talented, whether it's asphalt, dirt, a road course, which we're going to have coming up not too long at Watkins Glen in these trucks, which is going to be another great show for the fans. And you're really impressing, and you're definitely going to get wins. I have no doubt about it. Who would you like to thank you for your third place finish, Gabriel?
Well, I want to thank you guys. Give me an opportunity to race here. I usually commentate on Thursdays, so thank you guys at All Pro. I want to thank the sponsors you see on the side of the truck, Veterans Motorsports, N22, Mission 22, and On the Fallen. All those guys. I want to thank you, everybody, member of the Armed Forces. And one thing I want to shout out, need a little help on the RSR side on Mondays. So if anybody's looking to sponsor a semi-mediocre driver in the Cup car, so I'm your guy.
Sounds good, Gabe. Hopefully a lot of people heard that, and we'll be able to help you out with a sponsorship. And good luck. Have a great week coming up. And hopefully we'll talk to you this coming Thursday night. If you're in town, if you're not, no big deal. Have a good week, Gabriel.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Gabe. And now for the second place finisher, we have got Josh Tanner. I think Curtis is caught up with Josh Tanner.
Yeah, caught up trackside with our second place finisher of number 84 of Josh Tanner. Josh, you gave it all you had for the win there at the end. Just wasn't quite able to get around Gary Sexton, but you were able to get around Gabriel Wood, who led most of this race. How did the track change out there over the course of the night, and how did the truck feel overall?
It was beat up for one thing, that's for certain. I don't know if it's even possible to tell I'm driving a truck at this point. Track, it started out pretty slick. It was kind of a one-lane track you could pretty much off. I was having a little bit of success here and there running the bottom, but the later on it got the more the top just became faster and faster, and so that was the place you need.
And if I'm not mistaken, you've missed quite a few races here, so it's got to feel good to come back and on the dirt at least and grab a second place finish. Who would you like to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, running a great league, and then obviously my sponsor, iRacer Digest podcast.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Josh. We definitely appreciate you being here and your sponsorship there. You had a great run. I got a feeling if we had more laps, you would have definitely had this one. Congratulations again. Have a great week. You already do have a couple of wins, so you're in the chase, and we will definitely talk to you soon.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Josh. All right, I think Curtis has been real busy down there on pit road. It's a small pit road, but he has finally caught up with our winner, Gary Sexton. Curtis, take it away in victory circle with our winner, Gary Sexton.
Well, Gary, you rode in second position for most of that race. I was saying to Robert, you were doing the best job out of anybody when you got to start side by side with Gabriel Wood, hanging with him anyway and giving yourself a chance to at least get around him if he made a mistake. And finally he did make one. You made his way around him. He tried to fight back, but you held him off. How'd you get it done?
Yeah, definitely, Curtis. Just have to thank Gabe for racing clean there for the lead. I know it's real hard with a few laps to go, and it's so caution after caution after caution. You basically just it became a chess match at that point. Like all about the restarts and just trying to figure out when he was going, and he was going different every time, so that was really hard. So I just tried to anticipate when he would go, and that last one was probably my best restart on him. And I assumed the caution was just going to come right out, after a few laps. So I just was like, I gotta get it in here in the one and get up in front of him. And I slid up next to him, and like I said, kept it off to him. And then going into three, just once I knew I was next to him, I knew I could get out in front of him by diving in a little bit harder. And fortunately, I was next to him, so I didn't have to dive it in as hard. And when I came up, I knew he was going to come up and put the crossover back on. So just gotta thank him for running me clean there at the end. I'm sure it made for a good race, but yeah, it's about time I got one of these wins here in a points race, especially in the trucks. It's been my worst of the series so far, and I've missed a few races, so it just feels really good to get out here and finally win one of these things.
Yeah, I was actually just going to touch on that. It looks like you have missed at least 2 races there, and you're still inside the top 10 in points headed into tonight, but the win definitely helps. You don't have to worry about, other than staying inside the top 30, you don't really have to worry about anything now, so it's got to be good to get locked into the chase here as we're closing in on the start of the chase here within the next couple months, so it's not too far away, and congratulations. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, thanks, Curtis. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank my team first and foremost, Cross Continent Racing, especially Will Davis when it comes to the dirt, man. When dirt came out in iRacing, believe it or not, I have never stepped foot on a dirt track, in a race car, or anything like that. And me and him put down a ton of laps in the super late models, and just kind of got the hang of it. And I knew everyone was kind of afraid of the trucks there for a while, and I've just been running them any chance I get, putting down laps, and it definitely paid off. So I'd like to thank Will and all my teammates, Joe Johnson at Cross Continent Racing. Thank my family, my son, my wife, my dad, everybody for watching and voting for me. My brothers, they're always texting me after the races. Thank you guys up in the booth, Michael D'Amico, All Pro Broadcasting, Robert for hosting the league, and anyone else. It feels good to finally win one of these deals.
All right. Well, again, congratulations, Gary, and see you not too long here. I'm sure you got to be back up here for the championship sprint series commentary, I do believe. So again, congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, thanks, Curtis. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Congratulations. Curtis, that was an exciting race. A lot of cautions during the beginning. Like you said, I also mentioned this is the only race in 2017 for our Dented Fender truck drivers. They put on a pretty good show, in my opinion, especially with some of that side-by-side battling in the second half of the race. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if the fans enjoyed it. We did not have a pizza-free winner tonight. We had quite a few fans pick different drivers. If I could have picked, I'd have been picking Gary Sexton, but obviously you can't pick, I can't pick. We can't give away the free pizzas to guys that are part of Domino's TYJ Racing or work for Domino's, either way. So, Curtis, any last thoughts?
No, nothing really, other than a little bit more cautions than we would have liked to see. But as I said about 2 or 3 times, these trucks on this dirt track are just not the easiest to drive, and a little bit out of some of these guys' element. They're just not used to driving it. So overall, they did a pretty decent job for what it is, and congratulations again to Gary Sexton for grabbing that checkered flag for the first time here in the truck series and locking himself into the chase.
Yeah, that's exciting. A lot of these drivers are going to gain ground in the points, which we'll have for you this coming Wednesday night. Fans will be our next Domino's TYJ Racing Dented Fender Series race live here on All Pro Broadcasting. We'll be at Pocono for an incredible shootout, the Tricky Triangle. Seeing these trucks run on that racetrack is going to be amazing. You don't want to miss out, and that's when you get another chance to win that free large Domino's tree-topping pizza. Other than your very next chance will be coming up at 9 o'clock tonight. Actually, it'll be 9:20 p.m. Eastern. Will be our Dirt 360 Renegade Dirt Series Championship race. You want to make sure you take a break. Do whatever you got to do. Come back with some popcorn. Bring the kids up with some cookies and milk. Or downstairs, turn on the big screen. You want to make sure you watch this amazing, exciting race. Right back here at Eldora, the crew is going to get this track prepared again for these Sprint 360 cars, which are a completely different animal than the truck. So for Curtis Young, Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting, I'm Robert McFarland. We'll see you back here at 9:20 p.m. tonight for another showdown and your next chance to win a large tree-topping Domino's pizza for free. You just have to go pick it up at the store, fans. We'll talk to you here about 9:20. Have a good night.
JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.